This video is for men alone. You see, there is a big problem that most men have that they are failing to admit it. And because we are failing to admit it, it is going to ruin us. Why do most men feel insecure when their women are doing well? When their women begin to earn more, especially more than them, they begin to feel bad. They feel insecure to the point where most men go as far as suppressing their women. They don't want them to go. And I don't understand. We have to deal with it before it come back to haunt us, because we are doing ourselves more harm than good. The core of this is that most men feel like the women will begin to disrespect them when they are able to match them boot for boot in terms of finance. And I agree, because in this day and age, this world that we are in, most women are programmed to think, and most men also are programmed to think that all they are good for in a relationship is to provide. When they are providing money, they see themselves as a man. And so they begin to be threatened when a woman is also bringing in money, because they feel like the woman is coming to relegate them, because the woman is about to take over what makes them a man. That's where the problem is. Second is how we are programmed as men. Society has programmed us. You are not a man because you give money at home. If you want to stop having that kind of insecurity, that bad feeling, you have to start thinking on your own terms rather than what society expects you to think. Another reason for this insecurity stems from, I'll call it power shift. When men are giving money at home, the kind of attitude they back with the money, just because they are the one providing at home, they make the woman feel like they are less important. They are not humans. They talk to them anyhow. They don't see them. So because of how they treat the women, they are very much afraid that the power will now shift and the women will begin to treat them the same way that they treated them when they also get money. Power numbers is and he won't be able to contain what the woman will do to him. And that's where the insecurity comes from. But it's a bad attitude that we need to change. Let me tell you how we can change that. The number one way of dealing with that feeling is you updating your mindset of what makes a man. Right now, the average African thinks that what makes a man, when a man is able to give money, when a man has a stable job and is able to provide money, that is the definition of a man in the African context. Until you change that mind, you change from that mindset, you will always feel threatened when your woman is doing well. Define what makes a man with its rightful definition. What defines a man is not how much he makes. What defines a man? God says you are the head of your family, right? God says you are the head. That means as a man, you are a leader. You are born to lead. As a leader, what are the qualities of a leader? One, you must have vision. You must see beyond what is happening today. You must have wisdom as a leader. You must be wise as a leader. So a man must have vision. Let me be quick. You must have vision. You must be wise. You must have purpose. You must have direction. You must have discipline. You need integrity. You need foresight. These are what makes you a man. In other words, these are what makes you a leader. These are the qualities of a leader. Qualities of a leader. Those are traditional mindset and traditional teachings. And I'm telling you today, this day and age that we are living in, if you are running your relationship or your marriage with a traditional code of ethics, it won't work. Because those times when we were using the traditional code of ethics to run business, women were not working. Women were not going to school. So because women were not working and women were not going to school, they depended solely on men for their upkeep. Today is not like that. You went to school, you've gone to the university, you saw women in the class. The suspended chief justice today, hey, a woman. Your vice president is a woman. So women are no more in the kitchen. You cannot run today's relationship with that old syllabus. It won't work. So if women are no longer doing what they were doing years ago, why are you also programming your mind that years ago, if they were seeing you as the sole provider, why are you still in that old syllabus today? And you are still inviting, that's why you are dying early. Can you provide for you cannot. You cannot provide for a woman. A woman, you cannot. They need more than money. The richest people on this planet today are divorced. It got to a point in this world, 9 out of the top 10 richest people were divorced. You think it's money that women want? Those who idolize money, the women who idolize money are antima vona. Onze unya iskada na se unhu bibida opreon. I remember na minyanto PS game. PS. Now my member boom game center, I say game center. Yeah, but boom, and I joke around me, but me to TV, me to me mumpu. So I didn't win. You feel like that's the only thing you need. That is what is doing a lot of women who are chasing you. They are making you feel all that is required from you as a man is money. Secondly, you have to start seeing yourself as a team. Redefine the purpose of that marriage that you are in. Redefine the purpose of the relationship that you are in. See yourself more as a team than an individual. Because if you see yourself as a team and one part of my team, one member of my team is doing well, why should I be threatened? It's because most of the time people see themselves as individuals, even in marriage. So when I see married people who are suffering and a single person is doing better than them, they are suffering. Is doing well. If two people is it not supposed to be two resources coming together? Because you are running a traditional marriage, that's why you have to realign your mindset. Paul said in the Bible, he said, you need to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation doesn't come through prayer. It comes through changing of your mindset, how you think. You have to change from that traditional mindset. It's not helping anybody. So see yourself more as a team than who provide yes, anytime you'll feel threatened, and it's not a good feeling. I will say that if you are not married, you have to be very, very, very careful in who you choose. You have to be careful not to choose somebody who sees you as a sole provider. You will die early with burdens. I said in my other video, don't see yourself that you are only good for money. If you can be replaced as the man just because a woman has money, you have a problem. You have to be in a level where even if the woman is earning billions, you are still irreplaceable. So build yourself in these areas. Most men don't build ourselves. We don't give anything aside money. We are just there. There's no direction. We are not leading the family. We are not going where. We are only paying school fees and putting money on the table at home. Asa.